Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TalkTrack. We're in Ginger City, the Borough House. We do this every single Sunday. Conversations in the bar. Remember, the TalkTrack is a proud production of the Car Junkies and the Borough House. It is produced by Morris, edited by Morris, and sound mixed by Morris, and presented by me, the Village Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see you all looking good, in high spirits. And today, our topic is, I wonder who has a microphone, eh? Who has a microphone currently? Earlier on this week, I was reading about highly successful individuals, eh? And someone was writing something. They said that because the drive towards success and the push towards success is relentless, often the path to success is lonely. So I don't know if you all agree, is the path to success lonely? Does it have to necessarily be lonely? It's on you. The topic is on the floor. Oh, now you can kick it off.
Hi.
Hello.
Another Sunday, yet again. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but you see how life works. It sort of sets itself that way. Yeah. Because when you have, it comes in so many forms. If you have a goal, one, you're either going to have people who believe in the goal or people who are going to try to put you down and make you lose sight of the goal. Yeah? If you have people who believe in your goal and, motivate and be around you, that's why it's important to have people like that around you. Yeah. Then you come to a stage where, okay, fine, this is where we are, and the person is trying to push to success and this and that. And then, like you said, it's relentless. Yeah. Every time your mind is cooking, you're trying this, you're trying that, you're doing this. So naturally you become, I don't want to use the word busy, but you become unavailable almost. Not because you don't want to be around or available to people, but you become unavailable in a sense that half the time, because you're trying to make something work, you're focused on that, your drive is on that. That's why you find that some people, they have what they call support from the shadows, from the background. And I think along the way, it's just human nature. If I meet Simon and I'm seeing Simon is beginning to do his things, he's working, then I'm like, but why? So some people also detach. It comes in so many forms. And it's the truth. I would say the truth because we are all here. We've experienced it in so many forms. Even in school, you get 80%, 90%. Some guy is just going to be there and say, who does this guy think he is? Just because you did. So... Or other people would be like, that one is over-reading. So they detach because they feel like, So I think just the journey of life, it's so many factors. It's not intentional. It's not that it should be that way, but just that life happens that way. That, for example, last time we were talking about when you have friends and then they get into marriage, they become different. No. So when you begin to chase after certain things, naturally, you don't do certain things anymore. Yeah. Or maybe your path that you've taken, depending on what you're choosing to do, may not align necessarily with the people you're with currently. Yeah. So then you find that there is a bit of a gap that is created, even in homes and families. Yeah. Oh, he's too busy, so he's traveling. Oh, he's this, that. But he's not saying I don't want to be with my family, but because they're chasing after something. Or even women today, that's why some men don't want their women to be in workspaces. Because she's going to be busy, she's never around, she's unavailable, access. So you find that when you start to chase or to take on a journey, you lose people along the way for so many of those reasons, not just one.
We're talking about success and whether the path to success can be really lonely. Because of the single-mindedness of highly driven people, successful people, like Lorena was saying, sometimes if you don't share the same goals or yeah, certain goals, or same goals in life with people, you can just choose to adopt a non-conformist way of life. You choose to single-handedly focus on what you think is going to take you to the top. Kia, you have something to say.
Yeah, I do have something to say. For me, why the path to success is might be considered lonely, because I think the definition of success is individualized. We all have our different definition of success. So it might be lonely because you are with someone, or some people who define success differently. Popular definition of success maybe is now the acquisition, where we strive to acquire so much for ourselves. So when you find people who don't consider that as success, your goals are not going to align. You find definitions will differ, opinions will differ. To some people, success is not acquisition, but to someone, I might think having so much money in my bank account, having many cars, having a big mansion in the city and in the village, having my beautiful wife or husband, and that might be your definition of success. So you find maybe if you're in a community, it might isolate you from other people, because you'll be in a community where to some people that is unattainable. So sometimes your goals and your definition of success are the ones that isolate you. Okay. So find your group, find your people with, like minds. Yeah. Then it will become easier. Define what success is for you. Look for your people. When you're in the wrong place, the opinions will differ. You'll eventually isolate yourself, or you might be the only one with that definition in a group, and you'll be lonely. So you talk about something and people are like, wow.
As a follow-up question, if you're someone with extremely big goals, and Olivia, you kick it off from there, or you can contribute to the previous point. But I want us, as the conversation moves along, as if you're a highly driven person, or if you have big goals, do you think it's easy to relate with people who don't have as big goals as you are?
I think that takes us back to what exactly she said. If you have like a dream that you're a purpose-driven person, you start defining who is relevant, like how you relate with people is different. Like you would know, Luwena is my party person. Like she just has that life, like she brings in. So my kind of, if I want to relieve my stress and stuff, I want Luwena. Like, you know, if this is my purpose, let's say I'm interested in humanity, you might find that Luwena is interested in business. So I'm going to chase whatever that is that I'm feeling. And that's why I think it takes us to saying it's a lonely road. Because you have to define what is it that warms your heart. What is it that makes you wake up every morning and smile, like, you know? And that is different for everyone, like she said. But as you walk that lonely path, obviously, still she mentioned it, you're going to find people along the way. You meet like minds, like, you know? So that's why I think it is very important for us to know it is a lonely road, because you're going to be in a circles that will laugh at you and you think it's wrong. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Me, I think actually that road is lonely. It's true, because usually people want to associate themselves with the results, but the process, most times, even when we look at it in the perspective of numbers, in comparison, you find out that the people that are associating with you after attaining results weren't actually there when you are in the bid for success. So it comes out true that it's lonely. It's a lonely process for sure. Yeah.
So you said people like associating themselves with the results. They do not want to stick through. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be friends. It could be family. How do you overcome? How do you bridge that gap? How do you sort of create experiences with people or form bonds with people without necessarily alienating them because they don't believe in you? I'm really curious. How do you go about? How do you navigate that?
I think there is no way around this because basically, about people. People choose what they want to, who they want to associate with, the energy they insert in it, everything. So if you're still in the process, people won't give you the same energy as someone with results. Even the energy you get from the person who was with you in the process is not the same as the same energy that person is going to give you after you've attained results. So there is no way around that. You just have to accept things the way they are, and that's life.
Personally, I think why people associate with you after you've made the result, I think the outcome is more tangible. Like the process, we might not see it, but you believe in it yourself. And that's why I said it's very individualized. I think it's unfair where people drop friends maybe because, you don't align with my goals anymore. Personally, I believe people have a role to play in our lives. Sometimes it's because we want them to play a specific role.
Yeah.
That's why it happens. You're allowed to have many friends as possible, but know what role everyone plays in your life. Don't put too much expectation of people. You'll end up being disappointed because you would be expecting me to support your goals. Yet I'm also struggling trying to find my purpose. It's not because I don't believe in your goal, but it's also because I'm not aware of where I am at the moment. So it would be so unfair for you to drop them. We play a different role in people, and don't put all your things in one person. Have people for different things. Have fun. There are people who are very serious in life. If you want to be serious, then if you want to have fun, look for the fun people. Like, time yourself. Have a time to do everything. That's why I find like where people don't associate with people who are very serious, or those extremely driven people, it's because you focus too much on one thing where you lose your personalities. People like people with personality because when we are going to associate with people, we are looking to share experiences, to share exciting moments before we go back to our serious lives. So when I come, we're at the bar, and then you're like, how much do you have in your bank account? You guys don't have goals. But people have goals. It depends where you have found me. So timing ourselves, I think it helps us that, and knowing that people have their own lives also to focus on. So they are not supposed to be all about your goals. It can work for you.
Yes, Tracy.
Thank you. Adding on his point, there are times when you as a person, you don't want to be seen going through struggles, You like people to know the other good part of your success. Let me give an example. It's like you're maybe moving along the road, you're with maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend, then you land across that friend.
Oh, the kind you pee.
No. No. Like you find that, like we sometimes have these kind of friends that like that person is stingy, you know. But if I find that person with maybe the girlfriend or the boyfriend, I can get something out of them, you know. So they use that advantage. They come to you. They are seeing you with someone just because you don't want to feel bad in front of that person you're with. Someone will come will be like, hey, some curtain K, it is that curtain K you're having. But you have to prove to the other person that, yeah, I can do this, so I have money and stuff. So you offer your car 10K. That's why, like, some people don't want to show the other side of the struggles. They make you, yeah. So they make you. There's this one I want to use. They take advantage of you and they put you in this position that you don't have to show the negative side of the success. Okay, the road, the struggles you went through, and yeah.
Before that, I want to respond to Kia. Kia is very correct. However, at the same time, in regards to what Joshua was saying, you see, the truth is, Kia, if I'm going to be drained because I want to help you be comfortable, exactly. You know, as a human being, I can't be playing the role alone. That because Kia is still trying to figure out her life, Kia half the time is going to try and put me down because for her, she's still trying to figure it out. You know, we also have that kind of, there are people who really try to keep around the people they call their friends or family or the people they've grown up with, really. But usually, the people who say it's lonely at the top are the people who have been close to this person before this person begins to take on steps. And I'm not saying it's bad for someone to choose to take a path of success. To be successful, you must sacrifice. It is like when they say if you've decided to be a parent, you're going to sacrifice. Because it's now going to be you focusing on certain things that say, now I'm sacrificing for this person. You've heard the saying, so you find that even this person we are saying, the success or whatever, there's so much they've sacrificed. Now, if we also, as much as I'm still trying to find myself, if I do not see that Kia in her space as well, by the time she gets here, she has sacrificed so much. But all I'm going to try to do is say, does Kia know us anymore? Does Kia this? You get what I'm trying to say? I think as human beings, like we always say, we are selfish by nature. We always want things to suit us. But we're forgetting that it's not, and that's where I think he comes in and says people want to be to associate to the end product. Because quite often, as human beings, we always want, it's as if it's wrong for you, for village man, to walk the journey of success. It's as if it's a crime when what your version of success is, or now I think we are looking in general terms, what society would see as success. It's like a crime. You have not seen people who just get annoyed. The guy has done nothing to you. The guy has probably worked 40, 50 years to get where he has gotten to, you know? So at the end of the day, I think why the people I'm trying to think, you know, that maybe why people choose to take that path on their own is because of such things. That my neighbor from the Kalo, when I was growing up, he was used to us playing around there. Oh, we started going to the Kabaro house in the area. We chill till morning. Then I began to have a vision of something. Like, I want to try this, I want to try that. Because as much as we are connected as a community, we all have goals and dreams and purposes we have for our lives. Then I'm like, why is this guy detaching? It's not that they are detaching, but even if they were around you, that's why you see parents will tell us, bring your friends, I see them. You know? So when you come around, your friends, they're like, oh, you're not there. They don't have to. So I think sometimes, if it's going to drain you, sincerely, you're not going to sacrifice what you're trying to be as Kia because Rowena is trying to figure it out. I'm not saying it's bad. Some people stay around their people, but when it's draining you, I think we are looking at if it's draining you. Then after that, me, Rowena, I come because now Kia. I'm like, Kia, you know, we have bad days in school. See? I know her personally. Because I want to be attached to that. But yet in the journey where you would have helped me by not putting me down, all you are doing is putting me down. So naturally, I'll go on my things.
And I think my point was why I said the outcome is always more tangible. It's because when people make it and are successful, they always want people to remember their struggle.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, when I was struggling, you did not even come to help me. But what I meant is people rarely notice those things. Like I might not notice that you are actually working on something. Like I might not take your detachment personal or something like that. But it's because you detach, and when you are most successful, that's when you are available. That's when you come back with your nice car to the community, and then people be like, oh, they see you with a nice car. Then they assume you have money. They're going to be around you, and you're going to be offended that, oh, these guys were not part of my struggle, but they did not see it. Because, yeah, some of them see. Those ones who... Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, like, yeah, sometimes we show off the success. As she said, we don't show off the struggle. So most times people have not seen your struggle. Yeah. And because you actually want them to acknowledge that you actually struggled for that success, but you are not there when you are struggling. You detach from all of them. Yeah. So I think everyone is going through something. We shouldn't take it personal. But I also think people who try to bring you down, it's mostly a reflection of their deficiency in that area. We tend to bring people down. We want to bring you back to... I want to bring you back to my level because I'm struggling. I want you to struggle with me. So it's okay. Focus on your dreams. Don't take it personal with what other people are thinking. Like, focus on it. If it's lonely, you'll meet your people at some point if you don't meet them. And also one important thing, make sure you're owning your struggle and the success you want to attain. Let it be your goal, not someone else's goal. That's why when you make it and it's so lonely there, you become maybe resentful because maybe it's what society painted for you as success. Okay. For example, we paint marriage as success. It's a good thing. But everything, make sure it's from you. You're actually enjoying it. That's why when you reach there, you don't die for the attention. You guys see me, I've made it. Be content. Be content when you get there because it's your own goal. It's something you wanted. You are going to enjoy it even when people don't acknowledge it.
Okay.
Yeah.
America's greatest gift and most important.
So, it's a very good point you made as we go towards the last part of the podcast. And the thing I want to talk about loneliness, especially when you're successful, I think loneliness stems from how you feel about relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, it could be family, like I said. So I have 2 points that I think I want us to address as a wrap-up. How do you at some point, I believe all of you are going to be extremely successful. And you might feel lonely Amen. At the top. So I have 2 things that I think are important to bridging that loneliness, okay? Prioritization, you prioritize who you make connections with and how you communicate with people that you have known or people that mean something to you. So how do you guys, that's my view anyway, how do you guys think you can bridge loneliness? Well, you're in the next few months, you're going to be like, who's village man? How will you bridge that loneliness once you're at the top? Because I think humans are meant for connection. Humans are meant for relationships with one another, with our communities. So how do you bridge? How do you deal with loneliness? How do you navigate with loneliness?
So for me, like I think I said earlier, it is relationships are very important. While we are walking these lonely journeys of like chasing whatever we want in life, it is very important for us to build a network of friends, like have those connections. Like for me, I value these times that we get to have as friends. Those boo parties, Manya bring this and we party. Let's go here and have our conversations. Like those things are seen as wastage of time, but they are very relevant. And also a point I wanted to make still is the people that drain your energy. It is okay to let them go. Because friends, tomorrow is Monday. So the brains are already like, oh gosh, Monday to Friday. So when you are chasing after something, when we go in those places of work, there is expectations. There is things that are expected of us and stuff. And we're okay with that. But there is these safe spaces where I can say whatever I want to say. So if there is people like that, I think I better keep attracting positive energy. Once I see negative energy, I kind of drop and move on top with other people. So I think how I bridge that gap is keeping these connections and dropping that work for me and dropping those that drain me.
Maurice. It's interesting. Really? Okay, my reaction will be about the loneliness and the path. I think those two, are in harmony. When it comes to the loneliness, how do we handle the loneliness versus success? One thing is we should be aware of is we should be able to set boundaries. When you're able to set boundaries, you're able to achieve what you want. If for example, whatever I'm working on to achieve my dream, my goal, needs my full attention, and being around people, like if it's partying every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, might let me, go down a bit. So if I set my boundaries and I'm like, you know what, I used to party Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, but now I need to set it to 2 days in a week or once a week. It helps someone to achieve their their success, because you're able to differentiate on what you should do, what should help you to attain that success or that goal. The other part is building strong networks. When you build strong networks, it helps you on your success, it helps on your goal, wherever you're looking forward to attaining. I've worked with Rowena before. When I build strong networks, I'm targeting, if it's in terms of, if I have any kind of issue that is into, let's say, police, I should have a contact there. If my goal is towards, let's say, I want to buy a car, how fast can I get this car, brought to me? So what I need to know is who is going to help me register it. Village man has a guy in URA, so I'll be like, that is a strong network for me. Thank you. And then I'll be like, oh, Joshua has someone who can actually help me to just, get a broker in town, and then the car finds me in Ginger. I don't actually have to go there. So, and then you're making your life easy, but these networks are helping you to coordinate. You have research work, you should have a contact. Olivia has a research guy who can help me to attain this. So you're like working with people who are helping you. I want to travel. Mr. here has a contact, like maybe in the embassy, so it's easy for me to get a visa. Like, those are the networks you're looking at. Don't just hang around people, minus building networks. So in terms of becoming successful, we need these networks in order for us to become, for growth and development in our lives. Then the other part I was looking at is, you mentioned something about the path. I think also we need to embrace failure as part of the success. When you embrace failure, you're able to move forward. Otherwise, if you see failure as a negative issue, then you won't attain success. Thank you.
We have 2 minutes left, so if you have any remarks. So Joshua is closing this. Yes, TalkTrack today. Yeah.
I think this comes back to what I was saying. Even the advice you're giving, you need to associate with people that are going to help you. It comes back to what I was saying. People are optimistic. Everyone has a goal. But here, you want to only associate with who's going to help you out. Naturally, every one of us, we're naturally like that. But yet, the person who's not going to help you, I might not be able to help you right now, but I also have my goals. Yeah. She may not be able to help you, but she also has her goals. Just because she is somewhere, you want to associate with her because you think it's of benefit to you. So in the long run, after you have tussled out your journey and attained your success, someone won't claim that they didn't know that you are pursuing something, but they will appear out of nowhere. They will want to associate with you now that it's beneficial. Yeah. So I didn't know the success, that the process. Yeah, that one is no reason. That's no excuse for sure. Because every one of us has a goal, and you expect everyone to have goals in whatever they are doing. But you choose, naturally, we choose to associate, we choose the results over the process, always. Yeah.
Yes, Rowena, you can wrap it up. Eh? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make a small comment, especially on when we talk about success. Success, you first need to define what is success to you, because it varies from individual to an individual, from family, from maybe possibly like even at a national level, I would say, continental, and even like globally. So what is it that you define as success to you? If you don't define that, you'll just be running around like a chicken which head has been cut,
Headless chicken.
Yeah. And then sometimes also when you want to, because, well, success comes with happiness and, kind of like a good life. Sometimes people set targets which is well beyond, because that's what you think it is, which is so wrong. Sometimes what makes you successful as a person, you just set a very, a goal which is achievable. And once you hit that goal, you are successful. You're very happy. And you'll not really bother. And then too, when it comes to, someone talks about the past, loneliness or some kind of thing, like, you see from childhood, even at the age of like maybe 1, 2, you have people you have been living with. But as you grow, others drop because of various reasons. For example, like in terms of education, you might go so high with your education and you leave others behind. But the only thing you can do if you don't want to be lonely in this world is that even if you are targeting something and you're targeting someone to help you achieve that, you don't drop this one you have been with. They are still very, very, very important people. Because there are times comes when you don't really need, for example, like, well, if I'm a professor, there's a time to have moments of the professorship and, there are times when you also need this stupid guy who just dropped in senior 2. You need him. So why do you abandon them? So if you don't want to be like so lonely, you keep those one. You just don't drop them because you don't need them. They are no longer in your life. Sometimes if you are so successful in terms of like business, money and everything, well, that's the path you are taking. But sometimes you also need this poor person. There are people who derive their happiness from because you're providing to the poor people. I've seen people with billions of money, they will never go to Sheraton. You find them in Namuongo somewhere. Yes. Yes. Because once you, for that person, once he eats that molokony, he can buy a Nile beer to 1 or 2, 3 people, and they praise him, and he feels very happy. Then you go to Serena, then you're going to meet somebody who has 10 times what you have. He's always going to underlook you, and so that's what I think people really need to. Don't drop somebody because of his whatever. Maintain them. You may not frequently or regularly be with them because of one reason or another, but also don't ignore them. That's what I think. Thank you.
So Simon has literally hinted on what I wanted to say. Yeah. That you see also some people when they get there, we are now not talking about the process. We are now saying you've reached what you see is success to you. We've seen people once they become, even not just a little bit of testing. I don't know, yeah? They begin to be very like, that's why I keep telling people, some of you are here complaining the moment they tell you be the president. Oh. A little bit of power for people sometimes, unless you know how, like he said, that is you having power over yourself. The problem is some people, when they get to the top, then they begin to think that they are not answerable to anything or anyone. Criticism is not, everything becomes, it's beneath them. And now those are the people you find that will not talk to you. Those are the people she was saying, how much do you have in your bank account? They're like, the guy shows up, he's asking you bank account to determine whether he can talk to you or not. Yes. So some people really become ill-mannered when they get a bit of money. Those are the people, I like that you use the word drop. Those are the people, it can be a woman, it can be a man. The woman becomes rich, she says, kanuka guy, let me look at the guys of Serena. Oh, the guy, you be there, you suffer together, process, auntie. She was there in the process, you are all of you in the process. The guy gets money, it's like, wapi? Yeah, I'm going to get these ones. These choteras of course, sigako. Yeah, because now that is my level, I can afford to buy the chizigo. You get what I'm saying? Eh? Or they walk in here, this is maybe like a village bar, and the guys are telling you, what do you have? You know? And that's why I said there's a difference. Someone can come and sit with you and share a drink. That is why me, there are drinks I refuse. If you come to show me that for you, you go to Serena, but somehow you found me in Ginger, and somehow you first, let me show you what money is. I take your money. Because then there is no connection. That's what you were saying. And I think that's why I said the word drop. That's why we said also when you're drained, you don't let go of people who may not have your goals, but are not draining you. They are literally good for you. They may not be your understanding of success or have reached there. But the way we've seen it, some of our closest people, guy in the village, he's going to be the guy who's going to make you laugh. You understand? He's going to make you, and even you, yes, even you, you're going to probably, when he sits down with you, the friend who is successful, do you know what that does for mental health? So, and you never know what happens, what comes out of that. So we all need ourselves. But the moment you have the ones that drain you, I think it comes down to be around the people that are good for you. It doesn't matter if they have money, they don't have, if what. Because some people, even you can have friends who are in your category of success. But every time they're around you, man, they're draining you. You're like, but this successful person for what? Because the success is not helping you. So I like what he said, and that's, I think, one thing we had missed out from the very beginning, that yes, we might have success, but don't drop everyone. That's where the problem comes in. Some people, we were all of us, what? Then from nowhere, just for just, I come and tell you, what do you have in your bank account? What car you drive? You're holding that phone? Huh? Why are you holding that phone, you guy? So I rather go and drink with my guy there, Kasese. Because why?
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, we're
All right,
finalizing.
I just wanted to make some,
Okay, yeah.
like, what I was trying to, I just want to make a final conclusion is like, you see in life, if you don't want to drop everyone in your life so that you become lonely, even if you're climbing the ladders in terms of what we call success, within yourself, you remain what you are. Let people from outside say so and so is now this and this, but within yourself, just maintain that. Because if you don't do that and you begin thinking that I'm now at this level, you see, I've got this appointment, I've got this amount of money, whatever, you just be like, I even don't know it. It's the people around who say he has money, he's a big person or something like that. If you only do that, you will never drop any of your friends, any one of you. And these are the people who makes life.
Yeah.
Just that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Talk Track. Be who you are. Embrace your journey and prioritize connections. We were in the Talk Track, proudly brought to you by the Cara Junkies and the Barrow House. We shall see you all next week, and thank you so much for tuning in.